Welcome to Actors 2020 Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Keatth, and today we have two very special guests, Jordan and Emilia, coming from down under. Jordan now lives here in the States, and Emilia is all the way from Australia. We're going to call here. It's 9 p.m. my time. They're 17 hours ahead. I'm on a Friday night. She's already into Saturday afternoon. She's way ahead of everybody here in the United States, and after this interview, you're going to find out how far ahead she is of you. She's an actor. She's a model. She's a photographer. She's a pianist. She is an amazing dancer. She is a true artist. She's 5'1". She's tons of fun. Now let's give her a call and see what she has to offer you. And here we go.
Hello.
Hi, it's Johnny Keatth from Actors 2020 Podcast. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So for the audience, so I don't slaughter your name, could you go ahead and pronounce your first and last name for us?
Okay, my first name is Emilia, last name is Lau.
Awesome. So are you originally from Hong Kong?
Yes, I am.
And did you do acting work there? Did you do a little career there before you moved to Australia?
I started theater when I was about 10 or 9-ish, and then, I'm 20 now, so it's about 10 years.
Okay.
And once I graduated high school, I came to Australia to study drama in university.
Okay. How long ago was that?
It's my second year.
Okay, because it sounds like you adopted the accent pretty good. Of course, I'm the one with the accent, and you're perfectly normal.
Yeah, I have a mixed accent and sort.
Oh, it's good. I like it. There's so much to cover. I mean, oh my God, you do everything. Well, I already did an intro on you about your acting and your modeling and your photography and your pianist and your amazing dancing ability. Where did you learn how to dance like that?
I started dancing when I was 15. Started with some hip-hop foundations first. And after coming to Australia, I went through a few classes. I went to advanced jazz class, and I thought guess I need more improvement. So I just trained a lot. It's only 10-minute walk from my place to dance studio, so I had a limited pass. I go to dance class at least 2 times a week, and now it's like 4 times a week.
Wow, that's a commitment. So I noticed something about your pictures that you're in. I don't see random pictures. They're very expressive. Yeah. Is that because you're a photographer and you kind of know the other side of the camera? Is that why the pictures pop like that?
I started off as an actor first, so I kind of have like an expressive side, more like a wider range of emotions to portray in photography in some sort. And then I started modeling last year, April, just because of like social media content and stuff. Just wanted to play around with it until not long after, maybe 2 months, I decided to put myself into the shoes of photographers. I kind of know how to take photos with my iPhone and just documenting my life a little bit. Those pictures are sort of parts of my life. I don't really intend to do them in a modeling kind of way.
They're still very expressive, and I notice on the pictures that you also take as a photographer, the way you see things out of your eyes is just a little more vivid than the average person.
You're not the only person who says that.
Because your color, I mean, I noticed the pictures are really amazing, but what pops at me is I'm seeing more colors that I've never seen before.
That should be a reason. When I was younger, I went to an art class, usually every Saturday, and that teacher was really amazing. He taught me everything about how to paint real-life portraits. Usually I start a new piece of portrait every 3 months because I went there every week, so I spent 2 hours each week painting portraits. The background, he suggested using vivid colors, more saturation to make the subject pop, also making the whole portrait look like fantasy of some sort. So that influenced me to having more vivid kind of style in my photography.
Yeah, well, he's a good teacher, and also you're a good student because it definitely shows. Seriously. So what about music instruments? It says you play the guitar a little bit, but it says you're very proficient on the keyboard. Where did you learn how to play keyboard? Is it self-taught?
I started learning piano when I was about 4.
Wow.
I live in a public housing estate where there was only one piano center. It was new back then, back in 2003. That was Christmas time with Christmas ornaments all around, on the walls and ceilings. So my mum opened the door. I stepped in, and my mum was like, "Hey, do you want to learn piano?" And I didn't even understand what piano was. Something I just saw all those beautiful Christmas ornaments, and I just nodded in my head. I'm like, "Yeah." And next week, I was in the piano room. Yeah, that was how I started piano.
That's pretty impressive. So you're a model, and you're only 5'1".
Yeah, so I've heard that the height isn't everything that the casting agents see. Usually it's about like expressions and also the experience we've gained. I obviously can't do runways because of my height. All the credits I had were editorial.
Right, so print modeling.
Yeah.
So you even tried comedy and improv?
Yeah. That was in semester 2 of our performance. QT is called Queensland University of Technology. We really focus on practical knowledge. So comparing to other unis, maybe they focus on the theory side, but we train mostly practically for our future career and stuff.
Are you still going there? Are you still going to university?
Yeah, it's my second year now, so I still have 1.5 years to go.
So you have a dance agent, a modeling agent, and an acting agent?
Mm-hmm. They're actually in the same agency.
So how do you balance all that, going to school and then doing your gigs?
I didn't get as many gigs as I expected, though. I focused on uni more because that was the main purpose I came to Australia, is to finish my degree and then get a certificate for my future career. I can say like acting is my side. I kind of want to focus on dance and a little bit of my photography business. It's actually my mainstream. I studied drama because I love drama at first, but mainly like I would like to get a certificate for my future.
What is your degree going to be in when you graduate?
So I studied Bachelor of Fine Arts, majoring in drama and minoring dance. When I graduate, one option is teaching speech and drama in Australian schools. Or if you would like to be like a full-time actor, you have to really work hard on that. You don't really necessarily need a drama degree or acting degree. You just need experience.
Sure. I have a question about that music video you did, the Grace Kelly one.
Yeah.
How fun was that?
It was quite cool, and we were in the middle of nowhere in northern Brisbane. I remember finishing, and then we just gathered around having lunch while I still have my color powder on my face, and everybody was looking at me, and I was like, "Oh, yep, YOLO, I'm a hipster."
Were you singing to a soundtrack?
We just like lip sync.
So if you guys haven't seen this, you should look her up and check out this video, because it's not her voice that's coming out of her mouth, and it's pretty funny. This girl's very high energy. If an actor was going to Australia, they go, "Oh, I want to be an actor in Australia." Like if they just showed up there, what's the best move for them? What should they do?
Build online presence. That's what I really recommend, because Australia is not as competitive as the US for sure, but still it is really competitive. And sometimes like auditions is only just one shot. If you miss the audition or you screw it up at the end, right? I believe that when casting agents really wants to make sure that you're the right choice, they will go and see your portfolio, they will go and see your past experiences and show reels and stuff. But that's why online presence is really important. You have to have enough resources, maybe like do videos and photos, update your resume, and also collaborating with people, your name out there, and also having a real professional attitude. And then by word of mouth, they will spread their name around.
And does it matter where they go? Should it be Melbourne, Sydney? What's the best part if they just want to go just to be an actor? What's the best part to live in?
Definitely Sydney.
Sydney?
Sydney has a lot of acting agencies, and also like the Opera House is there, and a lot of theatre companies, Sydney Theatre Company. I'm actually thinking to move to Sydney after graduation here in Brisbane because part of my family is from Sydney, and also I've been there twice and I love that place, and I know there are more opportunities out there.
So at this time and in the short future, your job is not to get on a plane and come here to Hollywood and try to make it here as an actor. Would that be correct?
So I was actually thinking about it, like if ever I still working on acting as my side, I won't focus on my main because it will be very dangerous for my income. If ever I will make myself into Hollywood. Just pure luck,
I like that approach because most people approach it the opposite.
I think.
I identify with this actor. That's going to be me. I like the way you're looking at it from an inward point of view. And if it was meant to be, it was meant to be. Of course, you have to do little things to push yourself in that direction. But I love that. I love your attitude.
Yeah, sometimes people from Hollywood, they might say like, if I would change my life, I would become a very ordinary person. I would live an ordinary life.
That's right. And for most people, even though they're, successful, they're only kind of acting very little amounts. The rest of the time is a lot of downtime, and there's a lot of highs and a lot of lows that goes along with that.
Yeah.
So my question for you is, where do you see yourself, let's say, in 3 to 5 years?
I would have a very stable personal brand. So people may know that I'm a photographer. I work a lot of things in the creative side. Somehow I'm multi-talented because of the Asian culture. And I might teach dance part-time because I love dance, and teaching casual open classes, not for competition and not for getting DNC stuff. So it's just like keeping my passion and working multiple jobs, and also having one full-time job because of income stability. Yeah, I think that's what I want.
That's pretty awesome. So do you have anything you want to promote, anything you want to say, and also how would people find you if they want to get in contact with you?
So I'm mostly active on Instagram. I will check DM messages. I will check people's comments and also email address. They can find my official email on my Instagram account. They can click on it and send me emails, or usually about how to build an online presence, your personal branding, and also starting a business. That's my kind of strength to answer, and also in the creative industry and stuff. So yeah, 1, Instagram. 2 is IMDb. You can find me over there.
So go to Instagram and check her out at EMZ Imagery, IMAGERY on Instagram. Thank you so much for being my special guest star tonight. I really, really appreciate it. And I think you have a lot to offer somebody. And it was a pleasure to interview you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
Wow, that was fast, entertaining, and informative. Let's give Emilia a round of applause. Next up is an actress who used to live in Australia, but now she's here in Los Angeles. Her name is Jordan Wellard. I don't know much about her, but she thinks that she has some insight that she can give people that are international who are going to come here to Hollywood and start working in LA. She feels that you can relate to her. So let's give Jordan, a call and see what she has to offer you. And here we go. Hello, Jordan.
Hi there.
Hi, it's Johnny Keatth from Actors 2020 Podcast. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Thanks for being my very special guest today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So, you're originally from Australia?
Yes.
How long have you lived there, and when did you come to the States?
I moved I'm from Sydney originally, and
Okay.
I moved to LA at the beginning of 2017.
Awesome. And how's that working for you?
It's amazing. It's such a great city. It's vibrant and fun. And I originally came out here, was studying actually performing arts. It's been a great time ever since.
Right. So that was when you said you got accepted, you're talking about the American Academy of Dramatic Arts?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, a lot of people, they start off as an actor, then they start putting their chops in other areas like producing or directing, or start off with the acting, but they think, you know what, maybe I like producing. Wow, directing's kind of fun, or maybe I'll be a production assistant. But acting seems what gets everyone here to begin with.
Absolutely. It's such a great period of time. There's so many ways to create content as well. So you're not so pigeonholed into just doing one thing. If you want to try writing, you can write yourself a scene to act in, or a short film, or a web series, or get your actor friends together and see if you like directing, and just ask them to be in a short with you and see if you like that. It's a really exciting time actually for content creation.
Yeah, no, it really is, because you have a lot of opportunities these days, because the internet wasn't, around. Now there's all this new media and the internet and YouTube. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's really exciting. You don't always, if you are waiting for that call from your agent and you're waiting for the next job to come in, you don't just have to sit around and kill time doing whatever you can. You really can, if you want to, keep flexing that muscle and write or film and produce your own stuff and get it out there. It's really good.
It is really good because back in the day, I would get a VHS camera and made sure it had 520 lines of resolution so it could play on television. And then all the digital films came out because Spike Lee did it. And I did the same thing. I made my own movies, brought my friends in as actors, and I did exactly what you're talking about. I loved the producing, loved it. But what it did is it taught me every aspect of filmmaking. So when I go on set now as the actor, I appreciate the script supervisor. I appreciate the production assistants because I know exactly what they're doing, and I know it's just a team, and I'm just a small part being the actor.
Right. It's such a collaborative effort. And yeah, you can really, you literally walk in somebody else's shoes, the set designer, the director, exactly, the script supervisor. And I think also you can bring a lot more to the table when you perform. I think when you have that understanding of what somebody else sees and what their experience is on a set, it's really good.
So when you were at American Academy of Dramatic Arts, it looks like you racked up a lot of theater credits there.
Yes, a few of my favorites was I got to play Maggie, who's one of the central characters. It was a comedy. It's set in the 1930s, and sort of this chaos unfolds over the Christmas period at this one house because a certain guest arrives and causes a lot of trouble. So Maggie, the secretary of the guest, and it was just such a fun experience. But yeah, it's one I'll never forget.
Well, it seems like you took advantage of your time there because you racked up 8 plays, and then it seems like a spinoff of 4 films because of that Tyler Townsend guy. Was he part of American Academy of Dramatic Arts? Is that how you made that connection and did those 4 films?
Yeah, so we met through the Academy. Yeah, over the last year, we've collaborated on a couple of projects. They're still in post-production at the moment. We did work on a web series and a short as well. You know, when you sort of get a chemistry with somebody and you get to know how they work, it's a very easy kind of collaboration. Really fun.
That's great. Hey, I noticed you had stage combat on your resume. What type? How did you learn the stage combat? What did that entail?
So we did a combination of fencing and weapons, and then we also just did sort of regular combat, staged fighting. But I must say the weapons were were quite fun to use, and you know, some of the huge swords are quite heavy, so it took me a little while to get used to it.
Yeah, there's a certain technique learning the lunges and learning how to do the sword, and it's a lot more than you think it is. It's pretty hard stuff. That's why I was asking. So I noticed even on your resume, I mean, a lot of people put stuff on there, so I'm just going to ask you. You have on there boxing. Do you have any actual boxing experience, or how did you learn that?
So my grandfather actually was a professional boxer when he was younger. Yeah, when he, quite a while ago now, he was professional in boxing in Australia, and he used to teach me a little bit of technique with boxing.
Have you had to do any films like that? Were you had any fighting, or is that hopefully something you're going to do in the future?
I would be very interested in doing something a bit more physical and action related. I love sport and I love to jump around and get into the heart of it. So to have a role like that would be a great challenge.
And I bet you would be really good at it with your dance experience, with your jazz and your waltz, the Charleston, and all the other. You have some dance stuff I don't even recognize on there, so you must be a really good dancer.
Well, yeah, again, that sort of came through training at school. We did a whole semester on classical dance, and we got to learn dances from all through the years that I wasn't even aware of. And I'm not sure how coordinated I am, but I hope hopefully it all comes together at some point.
Right. So what's a typical week like for Jordan?
Most of my weeks are a lot of submissions. I'm subscribed to all of the casting websites, a lot of, reading breakdowns and submitting for roles that you really feel like you're a match for or interesting to work on. Going, getting outside, going to the gym, going to yoga, doing things that keep you active in the downtime and preparing. A lot of self-tapes and any auditions that you get. That's sort of what a regular week would look like.
Right. Say a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, where do you see yourself and what would you like to be doing?
I'd love to be acting, and even I'd love to get into a little bit of directing as well. I have some really exciting projects projects coming up. I can't say so much right now, but things that are possibly in the pipeline in the future. And I'd love to even bring a couple of, more Australian stories to the international stage. And there's a lot of fantastic people and a lot of great stories to tell.
Did you do any acting in Australia before you came here?
Yes, mostly theatre performances at home and a few, just one or two short films.
Right.
Collaborating with a few people, but it was mostly theatre productions in Sydney.
Right. So you decided you want to make it, you need to get here to LA, to Hollywood, where all the action is if you want to be a serious actress.
Exactly. As my mum says, it's the mecca for acting. At some point, most people end up here, so I thought I might try and just jump the line and plunk myself right in the heart of it. And get amongst it. And it's been a great ride so far.
So do you have a degree in journalism?
Yes, I do, actually.
And is that something you want to pursue as well? Or is that like a backup plan? Or what's going on with that?
I initially went into journalism when I came out of high school and I completed the bachelor's for that. I actually had a very strong interest in video journalism. It's given me great skills for being, again, in front of camera when I need to, or understanding how stories get told. And there are incredible real stories. You can actually get a lot of content. And I've learned amazing skills from doing journalism. There's never kind of a dead end with anything. You can always keep asking and reaching out to people to find out what needs to be done, or get a quote that you need to do, or get an answer to something. Also, it's given me a lot of skills in writing, how to write, how to put words to images. I think those are the skills, and being comfortable in front of camera as well. A lot of hosting and broadcasting experience makes you comfortable in speaking to people and interviewing people and putting yourself out there.
What advice would you have from somebody from another country before somebody, say they're living in Germany, they're living in the UK, I want to come to Hollywood? What advice do you have for them?
Definitely should consider, if this is what you want. It's not always the easiest thing, and it is not as glamorous as everybody pictures it. But yeah, I would definitely say have some money. Absolutely. Be ready, find a part of LA that you love, and also find your tribe. Put a really good group around you. I think that's what really helped me. Having amazing people around me who hold me accountable when I need it and encourage me, and we can share our knowledge with each other and be ready for the grind. It can be really fun and really rewarding at the same time. And if you want this, go for it.
Yes, kind of comes like in little moments. It's not like you said it's glamorous all the time. Because I interviewed this actress from New York, and she's got it going on. And even at her level, being so high level in the Screen Actors Guild and working on major productions with celebrities and stuff, it's not every single day.
No.
And it's a struggle for her.
Yeah. There can be a lot of downtime. And in that downtime, you sometimes wonder, you can have certain doubts creep up, or, there's that base for worry. But to keep yourself busy and motivated and active. As we said, earlier, there's so many opportunities to make your own things these days and get it out there and get it seen. You have to really have that self-motivation. Again, that's why it's good to have other people around you too when you need that extra little push to get going again.
How many people live in the place where you live now? 2, 3, 5, or how many?
I have two.
Okay,
two
that's not
housemates.
bad. So when you were at the academy, so everyone there, they weren't out acting in real gigs, right? They were just taking classes there, or were some people out there doing stuff as well?
Most of us were, it was a full-time training program. We were there every single day from morning till evening, and from, rehearsals either side of that. It was quite intense. It was difficult to do other things, but yeah, there were definitely people that had opportunities outside of school, and some have gone on to do, some really, really great work, things out there, and it's really exciting to watch.
That's awesome you say that, because my question, I guess what I was trying to get at, is I know sometimes there's a group of people and you're not working, and then you see your friends, all out there working, and there could be a little animosity and a little jealousy that, come up, and maybe it is there, maybe it's just not said. So it's good that you're saying, yeah, you're supporting and you're happy when your friends are out there working, so that's great. Do you speak any other languages, or you just know dialects?
Just accents and dialects. I wish I could speak. I have a housemate who speaks Spanish, and then my other housemate speaks 5 languages. So wow. I don't really have an excuse to not try and learn another one, actually. But unfortunately, I only speak one language.
Yeah, because I was looking at, it says you got Irish, Scottish, Russian, British as well, Southern American. I was looking at your special skills on your resume.
Right. And I can have a good go at British. So
That's great. So if anybody wanted to get a hold of you, or they wanted to find out more information, where would they go?
Yeah, I have a website. It's www.jordanwellard.com. Also Instagram, it's at Jordan Wellard. Yeah, they're the best places to contact me, and I think I have more contact information on both sites. That's how you can hit me up.
So it seems like, you're on your way. You have like a great, when you build a house, you have to have a great foundation, because if you don't, the house is going to crumble. Just like a relationship, if you don't have a great foundation, you're going to get divorced. And it seems like you're building your acting career the perfect way. You got your theater, you got film, you got some exclusive, really good training. You're here where all the action is in Hollywood. If something happens and a board breaks or something, you're just going to fall just a little bit because your foundation's amazing. So you have nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, hopefully. It's taken a little while to put the foundation in place, I think, but definitely feel ready for the climb up again to build some more.
Right, so you should keep doing exactly what you say you're going to do. Like, keep with the writing, keep producing your own content, keep at it, just keep going. And pretty soon you'll be in the Screen Actors Guild. Pretty soon you'll be a regular on some type of series or something. You'll get a steady paycheck and you're already living your dream, but you'll be living more of your dream.
Exactly. Just a little bigger and a little brighter, hopefully. So
Right. That's amazing, because that's pretty, I guess, as we would say in Texas, that's pretty ballsy of you to do, because not a lot of people would wish they would did it. And I've talked to a lot of my family and stuff. I wish I would have done that when I was a kid. A lot of people have those dreams, but you're someone who's actually doing it and not just doing it, posting a picture saying, look at me, I'm in front of the Hollywood sign. You have a little resume and everything to back it up. So I definitely have some admiration for you for taking that plunge.
Thank you very much. As I said before, you have your moments sometimes where it is a little bit challenging and whatnot, but it's all worth it overall. It's just a small moment that it passes and you're on to the next thing. I think that's the way to live life. So maybe I'm a little bit naive and it helps. But yeah, hard work helps too.
All right, so if anybody wants to get a hold of Jordan, she said her website, I'm just going to spell it out for you. It's www.jordanwellard.com, JordanWellard.com. That's where you can find out more information about this amazing young woman. And Jordan, I appreciate you being my very special guest today. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you, Johnny. I really appreciate it too. Thanks so much for your time.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. 2 actresses. One went down under to Australia, and one from Australia went up over to Los Angeles. I want to thank Jordan. I want to thank Emilia. Thank you very much for being my awesome, very special guest stars on the new International Actors 2020 podcast.com. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Actors 2020 podcast. I'm Johnny Keatth, your host. Now we're going to end this episode, like we end every episode, with something called The Lesson. Because life is a bitch. Gee, really? Why don't you tell me something I don't already know? Cause everywhere I go, people tell me what to do. Hey, go to church, go to school, you treat me like a fool. Now, I don't need religion, culture, or class. You don't like that fact? Well, you can kiss my ass. Yeah, I'm white and I rap. You got a problem with that? Loosen up. And don't be so uptight, take it easy, E. We got the whole night, yes, I'm psyched. I'm ready to get the show on the road. I don't want to stop, cause I just might explode. I'll tell you what, home slice, I'm twice as nice than any bad boy rapper called Vanilla Ice. My lesson, yeah, it's hip. In case you didn't know what I'm here to inform ya, I'm better than snow. I don't moonwalk or dunk like these Michael J's, but I can hold my own. You hear what I say? Now listen. Learn, cause here comes the lesson. Lesson 1. Everybody sit down. JK is gonna take you for a ride uptown. Yo, this is the story of the Hollywood game. Choose your path careful, you're the only one to blame. Now when it comes to pot, crack, tweak, or blow, stick to the rules and just say no. Because you're young, you're eager, you want in the movies. Don't think you'll get there by giving up the booty, cause they'll use you, abuse you, throw you out like trash. And then you'll discover that you're out of cash. Now your heart, your soul is somewhere on the shelf, and you're walking through the streets now talking to yourself. The lesson. Well, you heard lesson 1, it's time for lesson 2. You have a choice and the choice is up to you. I came to Hollywood to be a rich and famous star, but for now I'm waiting tables and I'm tending someone's bar. Pictures, classes, agents, where the hell does it all end? Every time I turn around, I'm starting over again. I finally got a break with a 5 line and under. My life was starting to roar like lightning and thunder. The phone rings, hello? I'm cast in a pilot. My life's been out of control just like an LA riot. I walked off the set, said to hell with this, all man. The phone's not even ringing and my life is in the can. The lesson. Yeah, final lesson here, of course it's number 3. Now remember, I'm an actor to be or not to be. When the going got tough, I climbed into the bottle. I'm back on my feet now, revving my throttle on the climb to the top. It's the same old games. Now I'm kicking ass and I'm taking some names. Clawing, scraping, screaming, that was a long, hard crawl. But it was all worth it, I'm a box office straw. Opportunity was there when I took it with a punch. Not now, baby, but let's do lunch. There's a big piece of pie and you should grab your portion. You can be like me, enjoying fame and fortune. Boom! That's the lesson. Go and learn it. It's the lesson. Go and learn it. It's the lesson. Peace out. Thank you for tuning in to Actors 2020 Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Keatth. Until the next episode. Bye-bye.